So today I'm actually talking about something that I didn't actually think I would be talking about at all. But my question today is, should there be another Battlefield mobile game? As far as I know, we've only had two games, or two Battlefield mobile games, Battlefield 3 Aftershock and Bad Company 2 on mobile. Aftershock was alright. Oh, there goes my phone. But no, as I was saying, Aftershock was okay. But it also did have its fair share of bugs and glitches, such as the long server times and the lack of players. And then Bad Company 2, I actually don't know how well that did. I gotta give them credit for being able to actually put Bad Company 2 on mobile, but obviously today these games won't hold up. But that's why I'm asking this question: is what if they remade either of those games or made a brand new spin-off game? Most modern phones could handle games like Bad Company 2, like they're not dumbed down mobile versions. For instance, what if they remade Battlefield 3 Aftershock, made it so it's a much better game? Less bugs, less wait times, better graphics, more maps, more guns, more everything. Because I feel with Battlefield 3 Aftershock, they actually had a somewhat, like, they had, like, some crap, sorry. They actually gained a foothold there. And if anything, I feel they should have tried to expand on it rather than just shutting the whole thing down in general. I'm not exactly sure why they pulled the plug on Battlefield Bad Company 2, but as far as I know, you can't really play it anymore unless you find the APK and the data online somewhere, which I haven't been able to actually. A lot of mobile ports of games have actually been taken down. Resident Evil Mobile and Dead Space Mobile, and even the Doom games have been taken down, even though Bethesda's revived Doom 2 and Doom 1 on mobile. But it actually makes me ask the other question: why haven't a lot of other companies tried to go into the mobile market? We've already seen like a fair share of mobile games, but such as Call of Duty, Fortnite, and even Hitman Go and Lara Croft Go, and even the FIFA series. But what about games that used to be on mobile, such as BioShock? BioShock 1 had three ports of mobile. There was BioShock iOS, BioShock 3D, and BioShock 2D for the J2ME phone. Not much is known about BioShock 3D. I'm pretty sure there's only one video online about it. And BioShock iOS was eventually pulled from the App Store because it ended up not being as well or as good as it could have been. It was really buggy and the textures well washed out. BioShock 2D was okay, I think. I mean, it was a 2D dumbed down version of BioShock that was portable, so you gotta give them credit for doing that. But what if they completely remade BioShock to fit and work well with today's phones? Today's phones, or a lot of phones made today, do have the power of things like an Xbox 360 or PS3, and could totally run games like BioShock, maybe at half the resolution, but they'd still be able to look decent. Or even, what about Borderlands on mobile? As far as I know, the only ways to play Borderlands on mobile are through the GPD series of laptops, or through the Nvidia Shield portable, or through the PS Vita. Now, the PS Vita and Nvidia Shield versions, they weren't really all that good. Again, Borderlands 2 was a massive game, and I guess they just weren't really, those consoles just weren't really fit to the task. But what if they're made for today's phones? I feel if they don't even have to be exact like versions of BioShock, or I mean not BioShock, or I guess you could say BioShock, but they don't even have to be exact versions of those games on mobiles. They can be spin-off games, they can be dumbed down ports or whatever. But I feel a lot of companies, if they were to like dip their feet in the mobile series for a bit, or go try and get into the mobile market, they would actually have some decent footing and may be able to make really good games for mobile. Call of Duty's seen its fair share of games. As far as I know, Black Ops Zombies is the only one still up after all this time. World at War just wasn't compatible with today's hardware for some reason. And then Strike Team and Call of Duty Heroes, I'm pretty sure both down, but I don't know for sure though. But back to Battlefield, I know obviously like with a full, I know a lot of phones won't be able to handle full destructible environments like you see in modern days Battlefield. But it does. They don't really have to exist in a mobile version. For instance, if they were to reboot Battlefield 3 Aftershock and have the maps all be like indoors and whatnot, if they just maintained the game properly, made it so the graphics are always up to date, and made it so it was just a better experience in general, a lot of people would be playing it, even though the maps would be smaller and there wouldn't be as much guns and whatnot. Basically, at the end of the day, what I'm trying to say is that If a lot of AAA companies or companies that produce AAA games tried putting their feet or tried putting their shoes in the mobile games market, I feel like they would end up in decent places. With the GTA, Rockstar did everything they could to put the mobile games on GTA, or put GTA on mobile phones, and I gotta say they're pretty successful in doing so. I'm not sure if we're gonna see any GTA games on mobile in the future, but maybe they're working on GTA 4 for mobile. And Sega, they put a lot of classics on mobile, even though you can already emulate those. Or even Far Cry on mobile. For all I know, or as far as I know, the only way to play any version of Far Cry on mobile is if you emulate a G2 or J2ME phone on your phone and play Far Cry 2, or if you emulate Far Cry Vengeance on Android for Dolphin. But even then, Far Cry Vengeance wasn't that good of a port, or of a Wii game, or as a game in general. But what do you think? Should game companies such as DICE and EA and even 2K try and make a decent mobile game? I certainly feel if they did, they would actually get somewhere decent, and I feel like they could make respectable mobile games. There doesn't even have to be that many. All they have to do is make one mobile game, see where it ends up, and see if they can expand on it. If it has problems, fix those problems the best you can. If it doesn't feel like the mobile game, or like for instance, if there's a Battlefield mobile game that didn't really feel like Battlefield, see what you can do to change that. See if there's ways you can update it, if there's new mechanics you can add, whatnot. See how far you can get, because I feel a lot of companies could get really far if they made a mobile game that doesn't even have to be an exact version of a AAA game on mobile. It could be a spin-off game too. Correction, there could be spin-off games as well.